Right, so nothing says dealing with the scourge of anti-Semitism quite like expelling the only Jewish member of your national executive, does it? Well, that's exactly what has happened in Keir Starmer's sham of a Labour Party, as Naomi Wimborne Idrissi has been expelled, on her 70th birthday, no less. Naomi is one of the founders of Jewish Voice for Labour, the JVL, who are an affiliated organisation to the Labour Party. They were created in 2017 whilst Jeremy Corbyn was still leader to represent the interests of Jewish members, and indeed, you must be both a Labour member and Jewish to join it, and it has always been a predominantly left-wing entity, supporting the left of the party, very much including Corbyn, because, as we all now know, the allegations of racism against him were, of course, a scam. Their narratives don't suit Team Keith, though, so when Naomi got elected to the Labour NEC, they quickly suspended her, prevented her from taking her place on Labour's highest ruling body. She was even unceremoniously refused entry to Labour conference back in September, having her pass revoked and escorted from the premises. The news got leaked last night, as per usual, via Team Keith's favourite hack, Lee Harpin of the Jewish News, and in fact Naomi only found out herself when Harpin's tweets were pointed out to her, having not formally been told of her expulsion by the party before he was. I mean, it really comes to something, doesn't it, when you're regarded with such disdain by a body you put time and effort into, as so many expelled and suspended Labour members have, that they can't even be bothered to inform you before they leak it into the public domain. This is not least a complete breach of Labour Party rules as well, and it's clearly being committed at the highest level. The entire Jewish representation on the highest ruling body of the Labour Party has been removed, and without doubt you probably won't hear a squeak about it in the mainstream newspapers or on TV, but you can imagine if it had been done by Corbyn. The Board of Deputies, the Jewish Leadership Council and the Community Security Trust would be screaming anti-Semite at him. The BBC would be commissioning a documentary about it, and it would be rolling news for the next 48 hours. We all know it, so it's the height of hypocrisy to consider Starmer's Labour doing this in any other light, isn't it? Naomi Wimborne Idrissi was suspended, like so many others, when the Labour Party dug through their past history to find something they felt they could stick on them. And she fell victim to Starmer's ridiculous decision to proscribe certain groups and use this as an excuse to suspend or expel members who had ever had anything to do with those groups, even before they were proscribed. Under Keir Starmer, Labour's gone full Minority Report to remove people they don't like. And this is exactly what has happened here. Jewish representation now consists largely of the pro-Starmer Ford Report criticised Jewish Labour movement, a rival organisation with Labour to the JVL, but where you needn't be either Jewish or even a Labour member to be part of. On the NEC, it is now left to the non-Jewish type, such as the self-confessed Zionist shitlord Luke the Nuke Akehurst. And with Zionist being the operative word, it isn't really Jewish representation, but apartheid Israel representation. If you're the pro-Israel Jew, Labour is a home for you. But if you aren't, and there are plenty of Jewish people, and of course non-Jewish people alike, disgusted by ongoing land grabs, persecution and thuggery committed by Israel against Palestine, that the two terms should never be conflated. When your actions consequently result in there being the right sort of Jews and the wrong sort, then you as an organisation are guilty of anti-Semitism. Where it was a scam before, it is the truth now. Where there was accusation without evidence before, there is now evidence but a scant amount of accusation from those same self-professed arbiters of anti-Jewish sentiment. Labour under Starmer has got worse beyond this, though. The anti-Gypsy, Roma and traveller leaflets and speeches, even appointing a local council candidate in London who would use Holocaust language as he called for a permanent solution to a Gypsy encampment there. He was also an imposed white candidate in a predominantly Asian ward, so it's little wonder a poll conducted by the Labour Muslim Network is another example, the Muslim organisation analogous to the JVL, felt Islamophobia was rampant in the Labour Party to the point 7 out of 10 Muslims didn't trust Starmer to tackle it. And of course, anti-black racism accusations against Starmer's Labour are there too, not least highlighted by the Labour Black Socialist Group, highlighting the treatment of Diane Abbott and the way she was treated in the Labour Leaks report. But of course, on all of those issues of racism, the Ford report also gave the party short shrift, and the Labour Files documentaries by Al Jazeera even more so. The party that prides itself on dealing with anti-Semitism to the point it has a bespoke complaints page on the Labour Party website, where no other form of racism does, which is racism by omission, of course, is guilty of it itself. Naomi is far from the only left-wing Jew expelled. There are so many others, all of whom are far too good for this twisted disgrace of a formerly decent party. If you're backing Labour, you're endorsing all of this behaviour. Just think about that. A belated happy birthday to Naomi for yesterday, and congratulations on also having become a granny this week. Nothing Starmer and co do should take away from any of that.